If we talk about the Beach Boys, one of the most critically acclaimed and commercially successful bands of all time, with over 100 million records sold worldwide, one member catches attention: Dennis Wilson. In the 60s, he and his brothers created timeless tunes like Pet Sounds. Yet, behind the harmonies and success, Dennis had a wild side, a craving for excess that would eventually lead him to the edge. Now, while he was a talented musician, songwriter, and singer, his personal life was anything but smooth. So what exactly went wrong? What happened in his life that led this musical genius towards tragedy? Let's find out. Dennis Carl Wilson, born on December 4th, 1944, was the second child of Audrey Neva and Murray Gage Wilson. Growing up with his brothers Brian and Carl in Hawthorne, California, Dennis played a unique role in the family dynamic. He was the acknowledged black sheep. Childhood friend David Marks recalled Dennis's quote-unquote raucous behavior, earning him the nickname Dennis the Menace. Dennis's childhood was far from ideal. He faced physical abuse from his father Murray, who was described as a tyrant. In 1976, Dennis openly admitted, quote, "We had a shitty childhood. My dad was a tyrant. He used to wail on us, physically beat the crap out of us." Despite the challenges, Dennis found comfort in activities like hunting, fishing, and racing, fueled by the BB gun his father gave him at the age of 9. Possessing boundless energy and a combative nature, Dennis was against the family's sing-alongs and resisted participating in Brian's early recordings. Brian described him as a freak who preferred playing outside or messing around with cars. However, late at night, the Wilson brothers would harmonize in their shared bedroom, creating a special connection through music. Dennis's journey into music began around the age of 14 when he started playing the piano, focusing on boogie-woogie styles. Despite the turbulent family dynamics, their mother, Audrey, insisted that Brian include Dennis in the original lineup of the Beach Boys. Dennis, initially more interested in playing drums than singing, played a crucial role in the band's formation. The Beach Boys officially came together in late 1961, with Dennis taking on the drums. Their debut hit, Surfin', was written by Brian at Dennis's request. Now, despite adopting a surfing image, Dennis was the only band member who could actually surf. The Beach Boys' success skyrocketed, but Dennis faced personal challenges, including financial recklessness and the departure of Brian from touring in 1965. Dennis's life was marked by a fast-paced lifestyle and a refusal to conform. He embraced the excitement, declaring, quote, "Maybe I just like a fast life. I wouldn't give it up for anything in the world." However, this journey came with personal struggles and the realization that fame came at a cost. In the mid-1960s, tensions arose within the band, and Brian's decision to stop touring deeply affected Dennis. The attention Dennis received from fans caused jealousy, leading to conflicts within the group. Despite the challenges, Dennis acknowledged Brian as the heart of the Beach Boys, stating, quote, "Brian Wilson is the Beach Boys. He is the band. We're his fucking messengers. He is all of it, period. We're nothing. He's everything." Brian Wilson, the creative force behind the Beach Boys, noticed that Dennis, his younger brother, hadn't taken the lead vocals much. In an effort to showcase Dennis's vocal abilities, Brian gave him more opportunities on their March 1965 album, The Beach Boys Today. Dennis stepped up to the mic for Do You Want to Dance? And In the Back of My Mind, marking a significant moment in his role within the band. The decision proved fruitful, as Do You Want to Dance became Dennis's first A-sided single, reaching number 12 on the Billboard Hot 100. This success highlighted not only Dennis's singing talent, but also hinted at a unique emotional quality in his voice that set him apart from the more precise brothers. Fast forward to July, and the album Summer Days and Summer Nights featured a track that held a special place in Dennis's heart, Let Him Run Wild, a song written by Brian. This period saw Dennis emerging as a vocalist with a distinctive style, bringing his own flavor to the harmonies that defined the Beach Boys' sound. Around 1966, a new element entered Dennis's life, LSD. This psychedelic influence added a layer of complexity to his personal experiences and artistic expressions. Although his drumming contributions on Pet Sounds were limited to the track That's Not Me, Carl Wilson, another brother in the band, acknowledged Dennis's drumming skills, emphasizing that he always did a great job when given the chance. The Smile Sessions, a legendary but unreleased project, saw Dennis contributing to several tracks, adding his musical touch to songs like Vegetables, Holidays, and the iconic Good Vibrations. However, as the Smile project faced uncertainties and the band struggled with the impact of illegal substances on their evolution, the Beach Boys decided to scrap the album. In December of the same year, Dennis recorded another piece called Tune Number 1 for a solo project intended for release on Brother Records. However, like many aspects of Dennis's career, it remained shelved, leaving these unreleased tracks as hidden gems of his musical journey. Dennis's first major released composition was Little Bird, issued in April of 1968 as the B-side of the Friends single. Co-written with poet Stephen Kalinich, this marked a significant step in Dennis's evolution as a songwriter. Another song, Be Still, reflected his collaborative efforts and showcased a more introspective side of his musical expression. These songs were featured on the album Friends, released in June of 1968. The Beach Boys' next album, 2020, released in February of 1969, revealed Dennis's emergence as a producer. His original songs, Be With Me and All I Wanna Do, demonstrated his multifaceted contributions to the band's evolving sound. Dennis's composition Celebrate the News was released as the B-side to the standalone single Breakaway, further establishing his presence as a songwriter within the group. Despite Dennis's creative efforts, the latter part of the 1960s marked a decline in the Beach Boys' popularity. As Dennis navigated the ups and downs of his musical journey, little did he know that an unexpected encounter in 1968 would take him down a darker and more unsettling path, intertwining his life with the infamous Charles Manson and the Manson family. In the summer of 1969, the world was rocked by the shocking Tate LaBianca murders carried out by members of the Manson family. Following these horrific events, Charles Manson, the mastermind behind the crimes, visited Dennis Wilson's home. Manson claimed to have just been to the moon and demanded money from Wilson, who, under the chilling circumstances, agreed to give it to him. Manson's subsequent arrest in November of that year on numerous charges, including murder and conspiracy, left Wilson in a state of fear. Despite Wilson's refusal to testify against Manson, he privately shared his experiences with prosecutor Vincent Bugliosi. Wilson's testimony was considered unnecessary, as his collaborator, Greg Jacobson, agreed to publicly testify and support Wilson's claims. In the years that followed, Wilson allegedly received death threats from Manson family members, heightening his anxiety and fear. After the end of the Manson chapter, Wilson involved himself in the world of cinema, playing a role in the Universal Pictures road movie Two Lane Blacktop from August to late October of 1970. Transitioning to his solo career, Dennis continued contributing songs for the Beach Boys' albums, such as Sunflower in August of 1970. The standout single Forever showcased Dennis's songwriting prowess. He ventured into solo projects with the working title Freckles, recording Sound of Free in 1971, a single issued only in Europe and the UK. Dennis's evolving power ballad style became evident during Beach Boys concerts, where he performed solo renditions of his songs. The 1971 Beach Boys album Surf's Up featured two of Dennis's song contributions, 4th of July and Wouldn't It Be Nice to Live Again. However, they were omitted from the final release, as Dennis aimed to save his songs for an anticipated solo album. While he worked on his solo material, life took unexpected turns, including an injury to his hand in June of 1971, leading to Ricky Fattar taking over as the group's drummer between 1972 and 1974. Dennis's debut solo album, Pacific Ocean Blue, was released in 1977. Although it achieved moderate sales, its critical acclaim positioned it as a cult favorite. The subsequent album, Bamboo, faced delays and challenges, but then saw a posthumous release in 2008. Dennis's life took a downward spiral in the later years, marked by substance abuse, personal struggles, and conflicts within the Beach Boys. By 1983, he faced the ultimatum of rehab or being banned from performing with the band. Ultimately, Dennis Wilson died on December 28, 1983. On that fateful day, Dennis had spent most of the day drinking. In the afternoon, he decided to dive into the waters of Marina del Rey to retrieve some personal belongings of his ex-wife, Shawn Love, that had been thrown overboard from his yacht 3 years earlier during their divorce. The specific items were reportedly possessions that held sentimental value. Dennis's decision to dive into the water after consuming alcohol was a dangerous one. He experienced what is believed to be a shallow water blackout, a phenomena where a person loses consciousness due to lack of oxygen while underwater. This type of blackout is especially dangerous as it can occur in relatively shallow depths, catching individuals off guard. After diving into the marina, Dennis failed to resurface quickly. When he was eventually retrieved from the water, attempts were made to revive him, but Tragically, they were unsuccessful. The cause of death was officially ruled as drowning. It was a devastating conclusion to Dennis Wilson's life, marked by artistic brilliance, personal struggles, and a relentless pursuit of his passions. If you found this video into Dennis Wilson's life intriguing, well then don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more content.